Jai Sapadika Shri Guru Gaur Chandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Kiraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pai Paramhansa Parivrajakaacharya. Astoter Sutta Shri Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pai Paramhansa Parivrajakaacharya. Astoter Sutta Shri Śrīla Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai, welcome to Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Mission morning class. Dandavat. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parichana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidangscha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rūpa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Haribol. Continue to read Śrī Chaitanya Charitāmṛta. This is the 16th chapter. The Lord tastes nectar, and this is the Antya Lila. We're now on text number 57 of the 16th chapter. So we've just heard about Kalidas, who had extreme Laulyam, you can say, for the remnants of the Vaishnavas' food. And he would get it by hook or by crook. Text 57, we read this yesterday. Taking the remnants of the food of Vaishnavas is so valuable that it induced Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to offer Kalidas his supreme mercy. Text 58. Tate Vaishnavera Juta Kauchari Gunnalaja Tahaite Paiba Nija Vanshita Shabalakaja. Therefore, giving up hatred and hesitation, try to eat the remnants of the food of Vaishnavas, for you will thus be able to achieve your desired goal of life. Krishnera Uchistahai Mahaprasāda Nama Bhaktashesha Haile Mahaprasāda Kyana. The remnants of food offered to Lord Krishna are called Mahaprasadam. After this same Mahaprasadam has been taken by a devotee, the remnants are elevated to Mahaprasadam. Bhaktapada Duliyar Bhaktapada Jala Bhakta Bhukta Ave Shatina Mahabala. The dust of the feet of a devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, and the remnants of food left by a devotee are three very powerful substances. The dust of the feet of the devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, and the remnants of food left by a devotee are three very powerful substances. Etina seva haite Krishna prema hai, puna puna sarva shastre pukari alkai. By rendering service to these three, one attains the supreme goal of ecstatic love of Krishna. In all the revealed scriptures, this is loudly declared again and again. Tate bara bara kahishuna bhaktagana vishvasa kariya kara etina sevana. Therefore, my dear devotees, please hear from me, for I insist again and again. Please keep faith in these three and render service to them without hesitation. Render service to what? render service to the dust of the holy feet of the Vaishnavas, to the remnants of food of the Vaishnavas, and to the water that has washed the feet of the Vaishnavas. So we call it prasādam seva, prasāda seva. So when we're taking prasadam, this is our service to prasadam. Tina haite Krishna nama premera ulas, Krishnera prasada tate shakshi Kalidas. From these three, one achieves the highest goal of life, ecstatic love of Krishna. This is the greatest mercy of Lord Krishna. The evidence is Kalidas himself. Nila chale Mahaprabhu rahe e mate, Kalidase Mahakripa kaila alakshite. In this way, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at Jagannath Puri Nilachal, and he invisibly bestowed great mercy upon Kalidas. So because he had such great faith, so we saying Mahaprasade Govinde Nama, without faith in Mahaprasad, then nothing can be achieved. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Sapapunya Maharajan. This is a very important thing to understand about Mahaprasadam. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the whole problem of material life can be solved simply through Mahaprasadam, simply through prasadam. In this way, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at Jagannath Puri Nilachal, and he invisibly bestowed great mercy upon Kalidas. Evatsara Shivananda Patnilanya Aila Puridasa Chota Putre Shangete Anila. That year, Shivananda Sain brought with him his wife and youngest son Puridas. Putra Shange Lanyateho Aila Prabhustane Putre Rekaraila Prabhura Charana Vandane. Taking his son, Shivananda Sain went to see Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his residence. He made his son offer respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of the Lord. So, in our language, in modern English, when you make somebody do something, it means forcing them. But here it means he, encouraged him or like that. He just arranged for his son to do that. Krishna laha bali prabhu balena bara bara, tabu Krishna nama bala kanakare uchara. Again and again, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the boy to chant the name of Krishna, but the boy would not utter the holy name. Shivananda balakere bahu jatna karila, tabu se balaka Krishna namana kahila. Although Shivananda Sain tried with much endeavor to get this boy to speak Krishna's holy name, the boy would not utter it. Prabhu kahe aminam jagate Laulyam stavare paryanta Krishna nama kahailum. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have induced the whole world to take the holy name of Krishna. I have induced even the trees and immovable plants to chant the holy name. Ihari nadilum Krishna nama kahite, Shunya Swarupa Gosai Lagila Kahite. But I could not induce this boy to chant the holy name of Krishna. Hearing this, Swarup Damodar Goswāmī began to speak. Tumi Krishna Nama Mantra Kaila Upadeshe, Mantra Panya Kara Agena Kare Prakashe. The Lord, my Lord, he said, you have given him initiation into the name of Krishna. But after receiving the mantra, he will not express it in front of everyone. Mane mane jape muke, na kare akhyana, e ihara manakata kari anumana. This boy chants the mantra within his mind, but does not say it aloud. That is his intention, as far as I can guess. So did you catch that point? What are you doing over there? So, this little boy, Puridas, the son of Shivananda, saying, would not chant the name of Krishna in front of Mahaprabhu, only within his mind, because he doesn't want to say that name in front of everyone after having been initiated in the name by Mahaprabhu. Adadina kahena Prabhupada Puridas, Shloka Kari Teho Karila Prakash. Another day when Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to the boy, recite, my dear Puridas, the boy composed the following verse and expressed it before everyone. Shravasho Kuvalayam Akshnoranjanam Ur Aso Mahendra Manidam Vrindavana Ramaninam Vrindavana Ramaninam Mandanam Akilam Hari Jayati. Lord Shri Krishna is just like a bluish lotus flower for the ears. He is ointment for the eyes, a necklace of Indranila gems for the chest, and universal ornaments for the gopi damsels of Vrindavan. Let that Lord Shri Hari, Krishna, be glorified. Shatavatsarera Shishu Nahi Adyayana Aiche Shloka Kare Lokera Chatmakara Mana. Although the boy was only 7 years old and still had no education, he composed such a nice verse. Everyone was struck with wonder.
What is the chapter? What is the text?
Of that verse?
Yes.
Oh, 74.
74?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we can read the English again. Lord Shri Krishna is just like a bluish lotus flower for the ears. He is ointment for the eyes, a necklace of Indranila gems for the chest, and universal ornaments for the gopi damsels of Vrindavan. Let that Lord Shri Hari, Krishna, be glorified. Chaitanya Prabhura e Kripara Mahima, Brahmadi Deva Yara Nahi Payasima. This is the glory of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy, which even the demigods headed by Lord Brahma cannot estimate. Bhaktagana Prabhu Shange Rahe Charimase, Prabhu Agya Dila Shabigela Goda Deshe. All the devotees remained with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continuously for 4 months. Then the Lord ordered them back to Bengal, and therefore they returned. Tan Sabara Shange Prabhura Chila Bahya Jnana Taragele Punahaile Unmada Pradana. As long as the devotees were in Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu maintained his external consciousness. But after their departure, his chief engagement was again in the madness of ecstatic love for Krishna. Ratri dine spure Krishnera Rūpa Gandharasa Sakshad Anubhave Chena Krishna Upasparsha. Throughout the entire day and night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly relished Krishna's beauty, fragrance, and taste, as if he were touching Krishna hand to hand. Akadina Prabhu Gela Jagannatha Darshane Singhadware Dala I Ashe Karila Vandane. One day when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to visit the temple of Lord Jagannāth, the gatekeeper at the Singhadwar approached him and offered respectful obeisances. Tare Bale Kota Krishna Mora Prananat More Krishna Dekao Balidare Tarahat. The Lord asked him, "Where is Krishna, my life and soul? Please show me Krishna." Saying this, he caught the doorkeeper's hand. Seha kahe ihahai Brajendra Nandana Aisha tumi mora shange karana darashana. The doorkeeper replied, the son of Maharaj Nanda is here. Please come along with me and I shall show you. Tumi mora shaka dekaha kaha prananath etabali jagamohana geladhari tarahat. Lord Chaitanya said to the doorman, you are my friend. Please show me where the Lord of my heart is. After the Lord said this, they both went to the place known as Jagamohan, where everyone views Lord Jagannāth. Seha bale edeka Śrī Purushottama netrabadiya tumi karaha darashana. Just see, the doorkeeper said, here is the best of the personalities of Godhead. From here you may see the Lord to the full satisfaction of your eyes. So there's only one personality of Godhead. But he has many, many, many forms and manifestations. Different kinds of vilas, prakash, vaibhav, prabhav, so many expansions. And he's saying, this is the best. Gardera pache rahi karena darashana tekena Jagannatha hai murali vadana. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed behind the huge column called the Garuda Stamba and looked upon Lord Jagannāth. But as he looked, he saw that Lord Jagannāth had become Lord Krishna with his flute to his mouth. E Lila Nijagrante Raghunatha Das Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vrikshe Karyachena Prakash. In his book known as Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha, Raghunath Das Goswāmī has described this incident very nicely. Very beautiful little story that Mahaprabhu is coming to the doorkeeper at the Singha door gate and saying, where is my Lord? Do you know? Kvame Kanta Krishna Dipam Abhi Vadan Unmada Iva Drutam Gacha Drashtum Priyamiti Tad Uktena Drittatad Pujantar Gaurango Hridaya Udayan Mamadayanti. My dear friend, the doorkeeper, where is Krishna, the Lord of my heart? Kindly show him to me quickly. With these words, Lord Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed the doorkeeper like a madman. The doorkeeper grasped his hand and replied very hastily, come and see your beloved. May that Lord Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rise within my heart and thus make me mad also. That's a beautiful verse. Hena kale Gopāl Ballabha Bhoga lagila Shanka Ganta Adi Saha Arati Bajila. The offering of food known as Gopāl Ballabha Bhoga was then given to Lord Jagannāth, and arti was performed with the sound of the conch and the ringing of bells. Bhoga Śrīla Jagannāthe Raseva Kakana prasādam prabhu tani kaila agamana. When the arti finished, the prasadam was taken out, and the servants of Lord Jagannāth came to offer some to Lord Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mala pranya prasada dila prabhurahate ashvada dure rahu jaragande manamate. The servants of Lord Jagannāth first garlanded Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then offered him the Lord Jagannāth's prasadam. The prasadam was so nice that its aroma alone, to say nothing of its taste, would drive the mind mad. Bahu mulya prasada se vastu sarvotama Tara alpa kao yaite sevaka karila jatana. The prasadam was made a very valuable ingredient. Therefore the servants wanted to feed Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a portion of it. Tara alpa lanya prabhu jivate jaridila. Arashaba govindera anchale bandila. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasted a portion of the prasadam. Govinda took the rest and bound it in the end of his wrapper. Koti amrita svada panya prabhura chamatkara. Sarvange pulaka netre vahe ashrudara. To Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the prasadam tasted millions upon millions of times better than nectar, and thus he was fully satisfied. The hair all over his body stood on end, and incessant tears flowed from his eyes. E dravye etta svada kaha haite aila, Krishnera adaramrita ite sancharila. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered, where has such a taste in this prasadam come from? Certainly, it is due to its having been touched by the nectar of Krishna's lips. E bujje Mahaprabhura prema veshahaila, Jagannāthera sevaka deki sarvarana kaila. Understanding this, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt an emotion of ecstatic love for Krishna, but upon seeing the servants of Lord Jagannāth, he restrained himself. Sukriti labhya pela lava balena bara bara, Ishwara sevaka puche kiyarta ihara. The Lord said it again and again. Only by great fortune may one come by a particle of the remnants of food offered to the Lord. The servants of Jagannath temple inquired, what is the meaning of this? So the Lord said again and again, only by great fortune may one come by a particle. Come by means come in touch with. A particle of the remnants of food offered to the Lord. Only by great fortune. The servants of the Jagannath temple inquired, what is the meaning of this? Purport. The remnants of Krishna's food are mixed with his saliva, you could say. In the Mahabharata and the Skanda Purana, it is stated, by the way, if you ever get onto Vedabase and put in the search Skanda Purana, you cannot believe the verses from the Skanda Purana. Skanda is the son of Shiva, and he is the military leader of the demigods. You're thinking, this is,
Is that the same as Kartikeya?
Yeah, Kartik, no.
General of the...
Yeah. So only... Yeah. Mahaprasade Govind... Oh, ho, ho. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishvasanai Vajayate. Persons who are not very highly elevated in pious activities cannot believe in the remnants of food, prasadam of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nor in Govinda, the holy name of the Lord, nor in the Vaishnavas. Prabhu kahe Ajay Dila Krishna Krishna Dharamrita Pramadi Durlabha e Nindaye Amrita. So now we know. This is from the Mahabharata and the Skanda Purana. Actually, it's probably written right there, but I just didn't really take notice. Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, these are the remnants of food that Krishna has eaten, and thus turned to nectar with his lips. It surpasses heavenly nectar, and even such demigods as Lord Brahma find it difficult to obtain. So he's explaining this to the servants in the Jagannath temple. Krishnera jai bhukta shesha tara pela nama tara eka lava jai paya se bhagayavan. Remnants left by Krishna are called pela. Anyone who obtains even a small portion must be considered very fortunate. Samanya bhagya haite tara prapti nahi hai Krishnera jante purna kripa se tahapai. One who is only ordinarily fortunate cannot obtain such mercy. Only persons who have the full mercy of Krishna can receive such remnants. Sukriti labde kahe Krishna kripa he tu punya se jara hai pela paya se idanya. The word sukriti refers to pious activities performed by the mercy of Krishna. One who is fortunate enough to obtain such mercy receives the remnants of the Lord's food and thus becomes glorious. Attabali prabhuta sabare vidaya dila upala boga dekya prabhu nijavasa aila. After saying this, Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to all the servants. After seeing the next offering of food to Lord Jagannāth, a function known as Upal Bhog, he returned to his own quarters. Jai Śrī Chaitanya Charitāmṛta ki jai. Wow. Hari Bol. Jai Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj ki jai. Śrīla Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Excuse me. Did this come from you, Didi? No. Oh, someone put it here. Very nice. Very nice bookmark and that I'm using now in Chaitanya Charitāmṛta. Oh, no, I put it in this Upadeśāmṛta. Śrīlekha. Jai Shri Upadeśāmṛta ki jai, Srila Rūpa Goswāmī ki jai, Jai Shri Rūpa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai, Srila Bhakti Rakak Shri Dardev Goswāmī Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswāmī Maharaj ki jai. So we are reading Srila Guru Maharaj's particular illumination on verse number 10. So we'll go through the verses, including verse number 10. And we are memorizing these verses. We forgot. We got so busy with all the programs and festivals that we forgot our memorizing competition.
I don't even sign up for
You have to exercise the brain. A little creaky. Very naughty. Vacho vegam manasakroda vegam jiva vegam udarupasta vegam etan veganyo vishaheta dhira sarvam apimam vritivim sasishyat. These are the 6 urges that keep us bound up. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha loyancha sadvir bhaktir vinashati. These are the 6 qualities which destroy devotion. Excuse me. Utsahan nischaya dharya tat karma pravartanat Shangatyagat sato vritte sadbir bhakti prasiddhyati. These are the 6 qualities which nourish devotion and enhance. Tadati pratigratnati guhyam makyati prachati Punkte bojayate chaiva sadvidam pritilakshanam. And the 6 exchanges of affection between the devotees. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet pranati pischa bhajantamisham shushushara bhajana vigyam ananyamanya nindari shunya hridamipshita shangalabdya. These are our different relationships with those who are chanting the holy name. Tishtai svabhava janite vapushascha doshe na prakritatvam miha bhakta janasya pasyet gangam basam na kalu budbudape na panker brahmadravatvam apakachiti niradharmai. And how we consider the devotee in spite of so many seeming faults, superficial things. Śrī Krishna nama charitari sitapya vidya pito patapta rasanasya rochikanu kunvadaramanudinam kalu saiva jushta sadvikramad bhavati tadgadamulahantri. The holy name destroys the root of the disease of ignorance as sugar candy destroys the jaundice. Hridroga. But the holy name does not taste sweet. But gradually as that disease is being removed, the sweetness will become manifest to us. Tannama Rūpa charitari sukirtananu smicho kramena rasana manisini yojya tishtam brajeta naruragi jaganugami kalam nayerakilam ityupadeśāmṛta. That is the essence of all instructions. Then number 9. Vaikuntaj janito bharamadu puri tatrapi rasotsavat vrindaranyam udarapani ramana tatrapi govardhana radha kundamiha gokulapate Premarita plavanat kuryadasya virajito giritate sevam vivekinakaha. These are the gradations of. Now you look like a respectable gentleman. They are the gradations of the place. Remember Guru Maharaj was saying gradations of place? If we can say place, but yeah. And now, number 10. Karmibhya parito hare priyataya vyaktim yajnaninas tebhyo jnana vimukta bhakti parama premaika nishtastata tebhyasta pashupala pankajadishastabhyo pisaradika preshta tadvari iyam tadiya sharasitam nashrayet kakriti. More dear to Krishna in all respects than performers of pious deeds are knowers of Brahman. More dear than those are devotees completely free from the knowledge of Brahman. More dear than those are devotees fixed exclusively in divine love. And more dear than those are the gopis. More dear than those is Sri Radhika. Her lake is similarly dear to Krishna. What fortunate soul would not take shelter there? All right then. All right, so here we've begun commentary by Srila Guru Maharaj. We're now page 249 in the fourth paragraph. And I'll read the third paragraph again that we read yesterday. Jai. We must seek out a comprehensive idea of the absolute whole Is there something missing out of the absolute whole? Is there something else? Accommodating all. We are to deal with reality, not with the frame. What is what in the world of thought? Step by step, we are to understand and adjust, not just to understand, but to adjust. Not just in the plane of understanding, but to adjust ourselves. Of course, we are units of consciousness, but we have to adjust in a holistic way. We want that. We are not enchanted or captured by the mere form. We want to know the step-by-step gradual development in thought. We want a realistic view of the whole and in gradation. The absolute truth is understood a little bit by Brahman realization, that it is one whole absolute. But we also must understand gradation, and that is the first part.
Is it called indifferentiated, right? That there is
Non-differentiated.
Brahma,
Yasya prabhavato jagananda koti. Koti shesha vasudari vibhuti binam tad brahma nishkalam anantam ashesha bhutam govindam adi purusham tamam bhajami. It's inconceivable. But that's where we come from. Where are you from? The Brahma Jyoti. Such scientific conception, such comparative study of the whole is possible. As it is possible in philosophy, so it is possible in religion. Means it does not have to be impersonal. It can be theistic. But for one who does not have such knowledge, the whole thing is like an immeasurable ocean. Those who have taste, who can grasp the criterion, which is taste, can boldly classify everything according to that principle. So they find that there is Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, and Mishra Bhakti, or mixed Bhakti, Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, Yoga Mishra, and so many mixed or adulterated varieties. They find then that Shuddha Bhakti is further classified in a gradation according to whom it is dedicated. The general conception of Godhead, the Brahma conception, the Paramatma conception, and then the Bhagavan conception. Then within the Bhagavan conception, there are also so many forms. The various avatars, Narayan, Ramachandra, Dwarkesh, Krishna, Mathuresh Krishna, and ultimately Brajesh Krishna. Then comes the finer gradation, according to differences in rasa, the highest of all being in the camp of Radharani. And in this way, there is gradual improvement in both the service and the recipient of service. Not only in the service, but in the manifestation of the Lord. He is manifesting according to the relationship, to the mood of service. And Madhabishtu Rūpa Radha Hridaya Mandire, the highest Krishna, who he is found in the heart of Radharani. Through such comparison, we can come to know what is what in the world of devotion. We find such conclusions here in gist in these advices of Śrī Upadeśāmṛta. So we must properly adjust ourselves accordingly with this aspiration. Quote, may our fortune direct us to move on and on toward Krishna consciousness from deep to deeper to deepest. The chart has been supplied to us. Chart meaning map. The chart has been supplied to us. Everybody's looking for the map. Where's the map? So consider it and pray. Consider and want sincerely, and you will have. So you think, well, I don't have any sincerity. So pray for sincerity. The gradation begins with karma. King karma, king akarmeti kavayo pyatra mohita. Krishna says what is karma and what is not karma is very difficult to understand. Even the scholars are befooled. So this is in Gita. What is action and what is inaction? This is really difficult to understand from a perspective of even the scholars. The one's perspective has to be to understand what is the very nature of action.
Expression
This is
of
a
love.
big conversation, huh?
Expression of love. Only moved by love.
Yes, so that will be, so Krishna is saying, who will find action in inaction and inaction in action. So here, Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, this is the first thing to understand. Karma has infinite probabilities. Karma means to energize, and the result of that, the consequences, are unlimited. According to the posing, karma will fetch different results. Karma no hyapi bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha arkamanas cha bodhavyam gahana karma no gati. What is karma? What is vikarma? What is akarma? All of these things are to be understood. So karma. What is action? What is inauspicious action? What is no action? Karma gradually means action that is recommended by the scriptures. A particular varnashram dharma. Vikarma. Jai Saparika Shishiku Gaur Chandraju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Karma gradually means action that is recommended by, Karma generally means action that is recommended by the scriptures, in particularly Varnashram Dharma. Vikarma means immoral action not recommended by the scriptures, and akarma means inaction. Karmanya karmaya pasyat akarmani cha karmaya. One who can find karma in akarma and akarma in karma is really intelligent. This means that by controlling our inner self, we can get out of karma. So karma, generally, somebody will say karma means work, or karma means action. So those who want to get out, they will stop action. But that is actually action, because it is not in the plane of, in the transcendental plane. Even stopping action is still action. It is still within the plane of matter. So, and one who is doing action, but there is no action because it is in the plane of, it is in the nirguna plane, then that is inaction, even though it is action.
Means do not generate karma.
Yeah, it's not in the plane, in the reactionary plane of self-motivated action or inaction. Huh?
Through spiritual engagement.
Right. Yogastha kuru karmani, engage in karma-free attachment. When our work is properly adjusted and we do not want any particular result from our karma, then we are really situated in akarma. This is a huge subject.
Yeah.
Sudarshan and I were talking about this the other day. It's so enormous because Oh, well. But when we want so many things in the mind, when the mind is fickle and always moving about wanting this or that, we do not check that. But at the same time, we stop our external karma, then this is foolishness. And you try it. Try controlling the mind and making it stop. It's nonsense. We won't even ever be able to do that. But one whose mind has become purified, then he's still busy thinking or experiencing something in the plane of thought, but that is all. That none of that is karma. When we stop all our physical activity, but mentally think of so many things, then we are actually engaged in karma. And right here, Srila Guru Maharaj is using the word fickle, which has been given to, fickle-mindedness has been given, and this has been a bit of a discussion, to Laulyam. But this is how it's described. Wanting this and wanting that and wanting that and not wanting that. And why did that happen? And I don't know. All these things going on in the mind. So this is fickle. Like something landing on this and then going and landing on that and then landing on that and then landing. Fickle-mindedness, full of desires. Laulyam. Laulyam has its negative side. Meaning I don't want that and I really don't want it. I'm furious. I'm overwhelmed by that. Or I'm overwhelmed by lamentation or disappointment or all these things. That is all within the plane of Laulyam. But it's fickle, going here, going there, going there. When we stop all our physical activity but mentally think of so many things, then we are actually engaged in karma, this action. Karmanya karma. We may be seen externally to do many kinds of karma, but when we do not want any result, that's another big subject. We are really situated in a karma. So you say, well, wait a minute. When I'm washing the pots, I want the result that the pot will be clean. So how can we not want any result? And there's two factors here, and one is the more obvious one, that this is not for me. I am doing this for the service of the Gurudev. This is his temple. For Mahaprabhu, his pots, his kitchen will be very clean. Everything will be very nice to offer. All these things. But there's another one. That Krishna may not want this pot to get clean very easily. So finally his will must be at the bottom of everything. Otherwise our will always be making a big banging noise. It has to be replaced. We have to come in the mood of surrender. Then that is a substantial position. So both of those things are always there. But when you say we don't want a particular result, means I am not attached that this thing is the way it's going to go. And we've seen this example in many times. In Srila Prabhupada, when he came to the West, saying, well, I don't know what's going to happen here. Another time, Srila Prabhupada made this expression, I have my plans. Of course, they're for service, but Krishna has his plans. So I'm waiting. Let me see how Krishna is going to, what he wants. I'm thinking this is a good plan. But we have to be ready that is not going to be what happens. We must be ready for that. And, of course, we saw it again with Srila Gurudev when he purchased some place in Vrindavan and that place got blown down or blown over. He was thinking, these devotees, they don't know how to be in Vrindavan. They're going to they don't understand the right mood. I don't want them to live near the very most centrally. But that was demolished, and Srila Gurudev just said, okay, let me see what is your will. And then the broken phone rings. There's Krishnadas Kaviraja's own place. And it's for, I don't have any money. I'll get it. You don't worry about anything. We can arrange all these things later. So that is the other thing. Both of these things must be there. We have to say, oh, well, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not doing it so with this or that or that. And these are all things we do have karma mishra. Maybe somebody will admire me. Maybe somebody will... We don't. So many different things that are being burnt out. It's in the Brahma Samhita, by the fire of ordeal, meaning the environment coming to take that out of me. Those are all being removed. We want to think, I am simply doing this for Krishna. That is one thing. But the other thing is, Krishna has his plan. And I am for him, Guru Maharaj said. That's the essence. The essence is, I am for you. What do you want to happen? Otherwise, we'll get really caught up in karma. That when the things I want to do happen, that's Krishna's mercy. And when they don't happen, that's the material world. And that is not as uncommon an idea as we may think. That can sneak in anywhere. Of course, when we want to do something and Gurudev says, I want this to happen. And we think, how will I do it? And then it happens and we can offer that. We can see the hand of the Lord there too. Of course, the hand of the Lord's everywhere. So not only the physical and external should be marked, rather our internal position should be marked very carefully. Nahi kaschit kshanam api jatutistatya karmakrit. That's from the Gita. Really, no one can stop all karma wholesale, meaning all action. Why would we want to? It's like, I better not move. It's really scary here. Can I stop breathing? The Jains, they're covering their mouths so that they don't kill any germs or something coming in, any microbes. It's impossible. Sharira yatrapi tena prasidjet akarmanaha. Even if one leaves all karma, one still has to take food and go to the latrine, and that is also a type of karma. So to get out of karma does not mean that we should try to get out of all physical karma. I think I'll leave this here and then we can begin to read this again. Any questions or comments?
I think maybe when Gurudeva used to say, wait and see.
Yeah.
I think it's making that space
Yes.
for what you want and adjust what Krishna wants.
Yeah. Sometimes a thing will happen.
I wonder often about what he meant exactly. But I think this is just creating that space where Krishna can bestow his will there. And sometimes
something happens that is upsetting.
That we do not
and we don't just rush to react.
Right, on our own.
Sometimes some action is necessary. Other times you have to step back, especially where the vacha vegam, manasakroda vegam, jiva, all those things, we have to wait and not just react with these urges. Yes, because we have to see, now this didn't happen haphazardly. The Lord is behind everything. So let me see, what is it that I'm supposed to learn here? Or what is coming? What is coming? I don't know, but if I'm just calm and wait and see, this is your will, my Lord, then we can see, oh my goodness. We think, no, nothing good can be about this. Nothing good. And it may be something we have to fix. It doesn't mean that the whole thing means we become passive and go sleep under our bed or something. No, there may be something that has to be done. But we have to sometimes, when those vagums are just coming out like with their swords and whatever it is, to respond to the situation in whatever way, we have to, wait and see is a really very wonderful. It's a deep instruction. Hari Bol Jai Shri Upadeśāmṛta ki Jai Śrīla Rūpa Goswāmī ki Jai. Hari Bol. Oh, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakak Shri Dev Goswāmī Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you. Saparika Shri Guru Gaur Chandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Astaterasata Shri Srimati Śrīlekha Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Astaterasata Shri Srimati Śrīlekha Bhakti Rakak Shri Dardev Goswāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rūpa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Sannyasi Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Haribo Shri Narottam Shyamananda Srinivas Thakur Prabhu Ki Jai. Goswāmī Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Tadiya Sakar Mat Ki Jai. Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai. Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Haribo. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Srimati Śrīlekha Didi.
Jai Gurudev Ki Jai.
We have the fortunate association of the Krishna Prabhu, Divya Shakti Didi. Curious Divya Shakti Didi today.
Curious.
Yeah, she was asking, what is the text?
Oh.
And then Lavanya Devi. Blue Lavanya Devi.
Huh?
Oh. No, nothing.
Jai.
Haribo.
Haribo. Jai Gurudev. Jai Guru Maharaj Ki Jai.